All right, man. Let's get into some relationship fodder. There was a clip that was sent to us, man. They said that there's an attack. This is a Christian couple speaking. It's an attack on men today in terms of their placement in society, how they should be acting, things of this nature. I'm going to play this clip, man, and see if y'all agree with what the young man had to say.
Woman needs to know about a man is that he doesn't need another mother or a boss. And all the man said, be careful, brother. You said that a little too loud. He needs a helper. He needs an encourager. He needs a cheerleader, but he don't need another mama.
Come on.
And this is a huge temptation, especially when you have kids. I'm telling you the truth. Man, she'll get in there telling them kids, y'all do this, you pick up this, you put this up, you put this in the refrigerator. Then she come talking to me like she was talking to them. I'm like, hold on.
He's real quick to say something too.
It's just like, I want to do it. I just need you to come at it a certain way. I just need you to like.
I'm sorry, baby. You know, whatever. I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
I like
I'll be
that
shooting
about
you
you.
a lot
I
of
like
looks
for
and
my
you have
man
no
to be a
clue.
man.
You don't need no soft man.
Yeah, we couldn't even be together if you.
She would run all over me.
Oh my gosh, I would boss you.
Just
left
run all
and
over
right.
me. I don't know. I just feel like men need to man up. I'm not talking about man like you want to beat somebody up, and I'm talking about man up. Be a man of prayer. Be a man of your word.
Yes,
be a man of
sir.
integrity. Be a man of character. Be a man that can be trusted. Be a man that ain't walking around and got to look at every woman. Come on, be a man.
Maybe the most attractive thing, honorable thing that I
Tell me.
see you do is like to wake up in the morning and go out on a walk because you're praying and being alone with God.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
I can do that more.
Thank you,
I can
Lord.
pray in
He's out
tongues.
there.
What you need? I can make sure you hear me. To worship you, I live. What every woman needs to know about a man is that he doesn't need another mother or a boss.
What I find the most attractive about a man is when he goes on long walks to get a little closer to God.
Most men ain't got that type of time.
You ain't got time for
You don't know
Lord,
that.
man.
You don't know that.
Most men ain't got that type of time, dog. We
disagree.
talking from a perspective to where our
disagree.
life is comfortable. Our life is comfortable. But if we was living on our knees, we ain't got time to take them long walks and walk and talk with God. God, I'm talking to you on the job. I'm talking to you while I'm on my knees. I'm talking to you while the man got his foot on my neck. Save me. You understand me? I ain't got time to be goddamn walking out here on at 6 a.m. just plush morning, looking at the birds and the bees talking to you for a whole hour. Come on, bro. That's not reality of most people living, bro.
He's multitasking.
Just so I'm clear, you're saying you're too busy for the Lord.
Yes. Yes.
These are the views of Smooth and Smooth.
No, I'm
only.
just, bro. I'm
Put
just,
it out
man. I'm not too busy for the Lord. I'm not too busy for who I pray to. But reality of it, before my life was like it was, yes, I was too busy to be praying. I was too busy for that. I'm trying to put this shit together. I'm living on my knees. That water off, them lights off. You know what I'm saying? Them babies need shoes.
Wife needs
You know what I'm
clothes.
saying? That's just real. So yeah, like most people are not in that situation, man. That's the ideal situation you want to go to, but the reality of it, that's not everybody's reality. You know what I'm saying? Mostly everybody for real, got somebody foot on their neck. I know I said it funny and fucked up, but real, they got somebody foot on their neck and they living at the bottom. So they praying while they doing shit, which ain't bad. You just, you know what I'm saying? You putting your work in and hopefully you doing the right thing in the right direction to get you where you got to go. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not saying nothing wrong with it. You just that method.
Yeah, that method.
That particular.
You saying that from a plush standing. You get what I'm saying? You're not saying that from you coming from nothing and getting to that. Because most of us with this skin is coming from nothing to get to that type of standing. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so but that was a small part of what he said. Let's get to the bigger picture. Men need to be men out here.
Of course.
Men need to stop looking at all these other women. Men need to stop exercising, sowing their oats and things of that nature and focus up, get closer to the Lord, start thinking about family, start thinking about legacy, start moving a little bit of discipline and intention and things of this nature. And a lot of men in this era are not doing that. What do y'all feel like is the reasoning for that?
When we say the Lord, well, they want to bring the Lord in it. From my understanding, for me.
Okay, you see how you brought it back?
For me, knowing.
That's how you brought it back.
But I'm just saying, for me knowing the book, all the kings in the book had multiple wives.
We talking about moving as a man.
Yeah, and they was moving as men. They was kings, wasn't they? They had to move as men.
But the difference is, just like you said, they had wives, and those women were taken care of. These men out here not trying to get married, and they're not trying to take care of women. They're just trying to smash them and keep it pushing. Those are two totally different dynamics.
We're going to push it from there. Okay, cool. You right. You was right. But now what he was saying, yeah, I agree with it, though. I agree with the message of, you know what I'm saying, men need to be men, lead, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And know how to calm your girl down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain way you talk to children. It's a certain way you handle your man. There's two totally different ways of speaking and ways of moving. Your man doesn't need lessons from you. He needs guidance. Kids need lessons and guidance. It's two totally different mindsets.
But why do you feel like men aren't being men in this era? They kind of just moving based on what's convenient. Like, why do you feel like that is? Because it seems like just listening to older men talk, they talk with such a sense of purpose. They talk with such pride when it comes to their family and their family name and stuff like that. You know, it was a bunch of pride involved in it. But now, not so much. You know, a lot of men, when they talk about prideful things, like they'll reference their children, or they'll reference their money, or their job, or their car, whatever the case may be. But family itself is not as prioritized. It's not as, you know, held up on a pedestal as it used to be. And what do you feel like is the difference between now and then?
Culture. Everything about our culture, man. About our black cultures. Get your own shit. Watch out for everybody when you get your own shit, because everybody becomes snakes. That's our culture. You know what I'm saying? And as long as we living in that, it's going to always be divide. And I seen a post earlier today, and it was calculated. It was disrespectful, but it was the truth. They said it was something along the lines of, like, everybody else woman respects their man and as the man, as, you know what I'm saying? But for the black man, he has no respect. If you ain't got no money, then you, in a sense, it's hard for you to earn your woman's respect. But every other race, off the rip, just them being white or Indian or whatever the hell they is, you know what I'm saying? They culture-wise, they respect it. You know what I'm saying? And that, in my opinion, that was powerful, because that's true.
Who fault you feel like that is?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because
blame, I can't place the blame nowhere, because it's a collective. It's all of us.
Yeah, I mean, and the reason I asked is because at one point, the African American culture was the most married, was the most together of all cultures. And it was, you know, it's a situation where it's like, you know, people bond through trauma and things of that nature. We was always going against something. We was always fighting to try to overcome circumstances and things of that nature. So that caused us to kind of stick together, clean together. You know what I'm saying? And now that's not the case. Now everybody out for themselves. Everybody out here, I'm just trying to smash. If I get you pregnant, damn, my bad. I don't want the kid. Or you gonna keep it? All right, I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with that type of situation. There is no sense of pride. There's no sense of family, heritage, things of that nature. So, you know, whose fault is that? Because women don't have as much trust in our leadership. But based on what they've been through, they shouldn't. We're going to be honest. Because name another one of those cultures to where they men were absent in the home at as wide of a clip as ours was.
But you got to also, if we're going to name it like that, you got to also realize, name a government that has attacked that culture in a way to make them behind the ball. It's never happened to no other color or race of people on this planet to be marginalized outside of us. Look at everything. If Hispanics wanted to go, all of them leave to go to Mexico right now, they will never be marginalized there, because they all look alike. Same thing, you go to India, all them Indian people, they all look alike. They don't marginalize each other. Now they do beef by class, but once you done cross the class barrier, it's a different game. But here, I disagree with
that. They beef on skin tone too.
Yeah, but here, that's minor shit. That a select group of people here, I give a fuck how rich you become as a black person. You still a nigga in that Bentley.
True, but when we say there is no other culture that's been marginalized as much as us. I gotta disagree with that. I mean, look at the Jewish in Germany. Literally, because of their beliefs and things of that nature, they were killed, literally, and Holocaust and things of that nature. So nobody was able to elevate. Nobody was able to get no jobs. They was literally running from the country and hiding because this government was trying to exterminate them. It wasn't even like, even with us, like they try to finesse us a little bit. They try to, okay, we're gonna want y'all to work and in the fields and things of that nature. And then once we have no use for y'all, then we can get y'all up out the way. But with them, it was like, if spot them, kill them.
But you know what's different with them? If they chose to leave their country and go to Russia or here or wherever else they got white skin at, you can blend in. We can't do that. The only place we can blend in at, well, the skin tone wise, is Africa. But we would have to learn to speak their language.
But they would have to learn to speak another cultural language too.
Most people around the planet speak English, dog.
Yeah, but Jewish people from Germany didn't speak no English, man. They spoke German. So there are changes. The same way you're saying, okay, leave the country, go somewhere else. We can leave the country and go somewhere else too.
I respect it, but I'm saying how it really is, bro. Like, nah, it don't. No other country or no other culture of people has been attacked like us. You get what I'm saying? Like it was a play to put drugs in our community and to take the jobs away to make us sell the drugs. That's just cause and effect.
Make is a funny
make,
word,
dog, because you got to realize when people got it. If a nigga came in here right now, the government came in here, snatched everything from you, your job said, hey, you know what? We just gonna let you loose. You gonna do what you gotta do, whether that's legal, illegal. You gonna do what you gotta do to put food on your table for your wife and your daughter, man. That's just how it works. And that's what they did. They was like, look, hey, we're gonna take all that shit out the schools, all that welding shit, all that shit. We taking all that shit. We're gonna marginalize y'all on the jobs. We're gonna give y'all the bottle for them jobs. And then we're gonna stack y'all on top of each other. That's what they did to black people. Then on top of that, we're gonna put the 3-strike rule in. We're gonna do all this here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna arrest y'all for nothing. We're gonna put y'all in jail for nothing. We're gonna do all this type of stuff, and then we're gonna put drugs in your neighborhood. That's the only way you can make money. But you're gonna make money at our clip, at our leisure, and we're gonna throw you in jail for it, and we're gonna take the drugs that you were selling, act like we put them in evidence, and put them right back on the streets. That's what they was doing for years. In the name of war. This is proven facts. They was doing that in the name of war that we had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
But the way they can front the money was through the black community. And the reason why the shit became illegal, because during that time, people that could afford them type of drugs was only white people. And it started affecting their communities. Because you don't see the user going to jail. That's just a fact. I ain't never seen no drug dealer just walk on. You gonna buy these drugs? I don't never see that. I don't care what drugs they selling. The drug, how they say it in the drug game, if you a real hustler, you know what I'm saying, you a real hood nigga, the drugs gonna sell themselves. That's what they say. That's the saying. These drugs gonna sell themselves. Who you think pulling up on that? So you made laws to goddamn put black people in jail, knowing that you put us behind the ball to make us go this route. Of course, yeah, they didn't go out there, oh, yeah, y'all gonna sell these drugs. But when you do things, you take things off the table to point people in a certain direction, you know what's gonna happen. Just like you guiding your daughter. If you guiding your daughter in the right direction, odds is she gonna go in that direction. But if you guiding your daughter to be a ratchet motherfucker and all these type of things, odds is she gonna go in that direction. That's what happened.
Thing is this, man. Do you know why it was so easy to do that? Because, well, for one, make and force is things that I take issue with in regard to that. But that's a separate conversation. You know why it was so easy to do that? Because there's no unity amongst us at all. So it's very easy to drop things in the culture that could be seen as divisive or that could be seen as poisonous or whatever the case may be, and then turn them against each other because there's no unity. They tried to marginalize Asians in this country too. Didn't work. They tried to marginalize the Jewish in Germany, like I said before. And what did they do? They moved to other countries and stuck together, formed unions, formed business ventures and things of that nature. Let's all go in together and let's lock down this corner of the city, and we're gonna call this little Italy. We're gonna call this little Asia. We're gonna call this little China, whatever the case may be. And then we're gonna build infrastructure here. We don't necessarily need the government for things. But we didn't do that because we are so divided. We so busy beefing with each other that we can't build together, even though we are the number one spender in terms of consumer dollars in this country. We have the money. We have the resources. We don't have the unity. And that's not their fault. That's a choice. It's the same way in this space. If one podcast get too big, people start hating on it. People start shooting it down instead of linking up and collabing and, hey, we can all eat. There's room for all us to eat. Let's link. Let's work together. We don't work together. We get up a little bit and we start shitting on everybody beneath us. And if we're not shitting on them directly, we looking down on them. Those cultures don't do that. Those cultures stick together. Those cultures say, I'm up here, let me drag up 10 more people like us. And that way, I got power. Now you got power, you got power. We can slowly take over this whole thing. And again, that's why you look at all of these business Viacoms and Sonys and Warner Brothers and all that. You look at who in charge of these places. Marginalized people who decided to stick together, put their funds together, and build some shit worth having. We can do that too. We don't. I'm not blaming nobody no more for that. We can talk about systematic oppression and all that shit all we want to. But fact of the matter is, back then, we didn't have the intel. Today, we do. Right there on your phone that you're looking at right now.
But
so wait. So all of this school system shit, all of this all to education and all of that is fucking excuses. Because if you're on your phone 12 hours a day looking at Instagram and Twitter, don't talk to me about you being broke. Don't talk to me about you not having no opportunities. It's 1,000,001 opportunities to make money. We make 5 figures a month recording a fucking podcast. I don't want to hear about an excuse. Niggas are lazy. That's what it is. And until they stop being lazy, we're going to be in the same circumstances we are. Even with the drug shit. They put the drugs and the guns in the community. That's a fact. But we still made the option to sell them. We still made the option to use the guns and shoot each other. Instead of using the guns and say, well, damn, these niggas done blessed us with an arsenal. Now let's team up and unify, and it's us against everybody. We didn't do that. We went against each other. When those other cultures stick together, despite the fact that they come from similar transgressions and circumstances, or worse, depending on which culture we're talking about. So if a culture done been through worse, and they was able to stick together and come up and attain a lot of fucking power, which they do have, in this country, we've admitted to it. And most people who speak out about it, they call them anti-Semitic and all that. But they've managed to unify and stick together and dominate everything that we see value in. Despite the fact that we spending the most consumer dollars on these very things, I don't want to hear about a fucking excuse. There is none.
And you're right, in a way. You're right.
All the way.
But it's too late. It's too late for us to even catch up. Let's say 20 years from now, motherfuckers come together and say, hey, I want to be Amazon. I want to be Viacom. We want to be those type of people. First off, for us black people, we are so conditioned to just do it ourselves, right? And then on top of that, we're so conditioned to where when motherfuckers start really doing it together and they start seeing any type of profit, motherfuckers just feel like, goddamn, oh, I'm owed this, I'm owed that, instead of just keep working for the team. That right there. Then on top of that, now, with all this shit that didn't happen to the black community over these years, 100 years, we'll never be in them positions to eat. You're right, we got the information to go do that. We got the information to be a Chase Bank. We got all that type of information to go be a Amazon, to be a Tesla, to be all that. But to actually become it is a different thing. Yeah, we have the information, but the unity and the trust will never be there in us. Never. That's too late. That died before we was even born.
But the thing is, you just canceled your own point. Even people who speak so heavily about systematic oppression, name a motherfucker you know that experienced slavery. Name somebody you know that went through all these hardships that people talk about. We are the generation that has had every opportunity in the world to go out here and succeed. Yet we're not climbing at the pace that we should be climbing. Even those cultures I spoke about earlier, a lot of them came over here with nothing.
Because
literally
they work together.
Exactly. And the fact that we don't work together, that's a we problem. That's not a them problem.
We will never do that. That's conditioning. It's like a subconscious for us. We will never do that.
Okay, so cool. If that's the case, then when we get to pointing fingers, you point in the mirror. You don't point to nobody else. I don't want to hear about government. I don't want to hear about white folks. I don't want to hear about nothing.
But we ain't gonna act like that wasn't the part two. We just can't act like that. We can't act like they didn't have a hand in it. You get what I'm saying? Now, we played the biggest part by letting all this shit go on and actually doing all this shit, but I cannot sit back and say, oh, nah, they ain't had no hand in this shit. Oh, even though they put it on the tape, oh, man, it ain't their fault. Oh, nah. Now, I can't do that because we know what came about it. We know what advantages it put on the table for the other side. That's just how it works.
Well, again, man, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. I don't believe in blaming people for decisions that I made. That's just how I'm cut, regardless of how bad they went, regardless of you put the opportunity right there in front of me on the fucking platinum plate. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. If it goes against my morals, it's not happening. But everybody don't think that way, and that's the problem. And that's why you got certain people that's elevating at a rapid pace, and you got certain people who's stagnant and the motherfucker on the same level complaining about systematic oppression and opportunities not being there. No, it's 1,000,001 opportunities out here to get some money. 1,000,001. Literally. But it's just a fact of you wanting to go out there and get the intel to make it happen. And you having the fortitude and the unity enough to be able to go out there and make it happen. And fact is we don't. And that's our fault. That's our fault. And until we look at that mirror and accept that responsibility, we're going to forever be at the bottom on the goddamn societal ladder. That's just reality. So, yeah.
I think the conversation kind of detoured. What was the original question?
Why men not men today? So I think it was in line.
Yeah.
Men use that as an excuse. Use it as an excuse. Oh, the government helping women out. That's why I don't take care of my kids. The fuck is you talking about? The government incentivizes women to have babies. No, yeah, all that. But you still hit up raw, didn't you? That's still your decision. You made to do that.
Nigga on goddamn child support for $200 for 3 kids, and you talking about you at a loss. Nigga, the kids at a loss. You know how much it costs to take care of a kid? 1 child? You got 3 kids, 2 in Pampers.
I'm saying blaming women for being masculine, and you wasn't in the house raising the kid. So what the hell do you think she's gonna be if she's forced to be a man because you're not there? This is the shit that I can't wrap my head around, and that's why I had to remove myself from certain spaces because it starts to frustrate me to just watch niggas make excuses for things that they created or things that they played a vital role in creating.
They created.
That's just facts.
That egg don't transform without you, baby. And all that, man, I slipped up. You know what I'm saying? I lost count and all, bro.
It's just always an excuse.
Shit,
it's an excuse for you being broke. It's an excuse for women being too masculine. It's an excuse for opportunities not falling in your lap. It's an excuse for somebody else elevating and you stand stagnant. There is no fucking excuse. If you want it bad enough, you can go out here and make it happen.
Let them tell it, boy.
Niggas don't want it.
3 kids and all of them was a mistake.
Just like it.
All your baby mamas is trash. How? After your first, I give you the first one. Everybody make mistakes. I give you the mistake. But you mean tell me your next one was trash too, and the one after that? Obviously, you have no good judgment. Obviously. So shit, I just be looking at that dog, and you're right, man. A lot of men don't take responsibility into what they had control over. You know what I'm saying? Like for myself, I'm mad. I be mad over the shit I can't control. Like I have no power over because everything else that I can control, I'm a wield it in my position. That's just how it's gonna work. I'm sorry, I gotta win. So if that mean I gotta goddamn make sure somebody else don't win. Hey, business is business. You know what I'm saying? We can be friends after the shit, and I can share some of it after. But shit, while it's business on the table, shit, man, I'm trying to win.
That goes all against the unity.
Nah.
That goes all against the unity.
Nah, because if you're on the team, we all winning.
But you said if I gotta win and you gotta take a loss.
Bro, we ain't gonna sit up here and act like business is somebody win and somebody lose, bro. That's in everything on this planet. That's in trading dollars. That's in trading product. That's in trading everything on this planet. Somebody got to win in the deal. Somebody got to lose in the deal. Don't mean and it don't. I'm not saying it in a way to where you know what I'm saying. Like you taking just a substantial loss. You may have wanted 60 million units, but I only can give you 40. You know what I'm saying? You're not taking a substantial loss. We still making money. It's just you didn't get the deal that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to weigh it in my favor. Just like when contracts are negotiated, you trying to get what you trying to get. That's just how it works. You're not gonna get everything, but shit, I'm trying to get as much as I put on this table. The less I could take off of it and still sign a contract. That's just the way it goes. That's not that's not fighting in unity.
That is, because if you both can come out even, both y'all make an even sacrifice or even trade to where neither one of y'all are losing out on both ends, then that's a unity. Instead, you're looking at what can I get? How much more can I get out of this? I'm not worried about how much he can get. I want to get what I can get. And that's how all this shit goes around.
That is
these contracts and stuff. It's all about, hey, I want the most money I can get. Hey, if you take a loss, that's what you gotta take. But this is what I'm doing. Instead of, hey, you know what?
That's negotiation.
That's just like with, like what we do with this podcast. We could have somebody that only got 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And instead of bringing them on and say, oh no, you ain't got enough. You can't come up here and record with us. Instead of be like, hey, come join this. Or go on their podcast, even though we're not gonna gain nothing from it. They gonna gain mostly from it. But it's still not lost because you're still bringing up another black person. That's what I mean by unity. You ain't it's
yeah, but if we in a deal, look, you're looking at it from a different way.
If I'm in a deal with you, I'm not gonna try to take the most from it. I'm trying to make it even. I don't care what it is. If I'm doing a deal with you, it's gonna come out where we both winning.
That's not how real business works.
Yeah.
That's for real. When you doing business, bro, like you trying to you whatever demands you put on the table, you may not be asking for everything. You may just want what you want on the table. You trying to get as much as you put on that table. Now, when y'all start negotiation, it may not be a requirement for you to have a driver. You get what I'm saying? I can take the driver off the table. It may not be a requirement for them to have food for your staff every day. Let me take that off the table. You get what I'm saying? But it may be a requirement for them to have
if I'm working a deal, I don't want it to be a financial burden on each party. If we're going on to something, I'm putting 50% effort, you put in 50% effort. That's how the deal should work. I'm getting 50% out this deal, you're getting 50% out this deal. Same thing with this podcast. It's all four of us.
Yeah.
We're all getting the same out of it. It could easily be B get 75% and we split 25%. Okay. But instead, trying to bring up everybody in your group, you separated 25% all the way.
So this is what I'm saying.
That's the sign of unity. This is business. This is a business, right?
Listen. So we talking about us four. Bam. Yeah. But when we go to another party, not us four, when we go to another party, whatever the fuck we asking for, that's what we want.
If I'm going with another black party, another black business, I'm trying to give them a good even deal to where it works out best for them and it works out best for us. I'm not trying to skyrate or raise prices like, and I don't even want to talk about the other advertisement company. But you know what I'm talking about? The liquor company that I was talking to, it's a black owned. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to cut them for nothing. I'm want to know what can you afford? This what you can afford? Hey, if this will help you bring up your business, cool, let's do that.
In a way that is
be
different.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
In a way that is different because you're trying to look out. But real business, you're not trying to do that. If we're walking into a room, I don't give a fuck what skin tone these people is. Whatever we discussed that we wanted, we trying to get all that. That's what anybody, any race on this planet, anything on this planet, whoever on the other side of that negotiation table, you trying to get what you want. And that's not wrong. Mm-hmm. That ain't wrong.
Similar to
because I want what I want.
Like Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia when they fought. The purse, even though he lost, he still get X amount. Like out the deal, they not gonna get no share from the winnings or from what happened from the purse or whatever, but he's still gonna come up and it's bigger than what he's ever had put together. So I think I get what Smooth saying.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you losing. I'm just
still
saying,
coming up.
Hey, I want what I want. You asking for what you want, but I want what I want.
He want his worth.
You get what I'm saying?
You get your
that's
worth,
all
I
I'm
get
saying.
my
That
worth.
ain't wrong for you.
The thing is this, is that both of y'all are right, but y'all are arguing two different contexts. And I think what Kenny is talking about is the context of this discussion that we having. The reason why our community is as stagnant and as low ranking in society as it is because of what you're saying. Because we operate with each other like we would operate outside of the community, and other communities operate differently within their communities than they operate outside of them. That's the issue.
Yeah,
we should be looking out for each other, which is essentially what he's saying. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, if it's a black situation or somebody got a brand or whatever, we may charge these people $50,000 to do something, but we can charge them $25,000. because it's gonna be more feasible for them. It's gonna uplift them. It's gonna uplift us. But in the back of our head, we like, okay, we trying to lift one of us up. Like that should always be the goal where we deal with each other, and that's not it. More times than not, it's competition with each other, because in our mind we feel like it can only be one. In terms of somebody at the top of it, like if you looking at podcasts now, I'm looking at Joe Budden and Cameron and Mason them beefing now, and it's sickening me to my stomach to see that.
For what?
Because they sitting up there talking about, look at all these, Joe and Nori and them went on the podcast, so look at all these, rappers stuff, trying to do stuff. They trying to have sports shows, they trying to have rap shows, and like ridiculing it. Meanwhile, Cameron and them basically created a ESPN undisputed type of situation. They dropping videos now, they getting 100-something thousand views in a day. So it's actually picking up steam. And the first thing we do, niggas, is down it or ridicule it or clown it instead of saying, hey, bro, them got steam over there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go on the show. And hey, bro, let me come on and get my sports takes. So I talk sports too. Boom. So that way, sure, Joe Budden and them got the bigger platform, but they on the come up and they one of us. Let's go uplift them. Let's go add to what they doing. Let's collaborate. Let's link. Let's do whatever we got to do. But our first instinct is to tear them down because wait a minute, they getting too big. They threatening my position. Even if they not really a threat to your position, but psychologically, that's just how we view shit. It's always competition. But with other cultures, it's collaborations. It's, okay, you do this. Okay, you talk sports. We do rap. Whatever. Forget it. Let's work together, build some type of conglomerate to where we all can eat. And that's the mindset that we need to have if we gonna close this gap. But unfortunately, people would rather just point fingers and blame systematic oppression and blame whatever the case may be instead of blaming the fact that your ass is selfish and lazy, which is what the answer really is in terms of why we can't elevate. Because we got the skill set, we got the consumer spending power, we got all of these things. We have the resources, the assets, the skills, the talents, all that. The one thing that we don't have is the most important, and that's unity. There's no sense of community. Everybody that we see that's one of us, that's elevating, is a threat to us. Every one of them. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna stay out the way. And it's the thing, you ain't even got to collab with them, but don't down them. Just stay out the way. But so, that's just an example, man. That's just an example. That's why, salute to Jalen Hurts, man. He just got his big bag, things of that nature. First thing he did, come out, look, man, I want to thank all of the, black women that's on my team and, that helped me make this happen. I wouldn't be where I am, without y'all. And, I'm looking out for y'all looking out for me, blah, blah, blah. Jalen Hurts done literally put these women on a whole nother motherfucking stratosphere.
His team's literally all women.
Exactly.
Literally.
Black women.
All women. Mm-hmm. All black women.
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he done literally changed their lives. So now they about to start getting clients based off him just choosing to work with them. He could have easily went, okay, who is Tommy Sotomayor? Let me go get him. A big lawyer, big name, whatever. Let me go get him so I can make sure I get my deal. He said, nah, I'm going to stick with my team. Go out there, do my thing, put on. And then when it's time for that pay, hey, we all gonna eat together. That's how it should be.
Yeah, I just think we just operating from a, like you said, just selfish mindset, hoarding, scarcity. You know what I'm saying? Because it hasn't been many of us before. It's like once I get to this position, I know how much it took to get here.
Right.
I don't have the energy to give back the game. I'm just trying to give back to my nearest and dearest, those close to me.
Right.
I don't have the energy to reach out and help bring other people up. All I'm worried about is right here. If you within arm reach, cool. If not, hey, I'm sorry for you.
Which is a horrible way to look at it, man, because if you done studied history or you done studied just society and psychology and just resources in general, it's way more power in having allies than having enemies.
Very true.
Way more. Because again, even if I don't necessarily agree with what y'all doing or whatever the case may be, I'm not gonna tear y'all down. Or if I do have some critique, I'm gonna hit you behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. But we're not doing that in public, to where it's we going at each other's throats and I'm threatening your bottom line, your dollar that you making. Nah, 'cause that's dollars to our community. Mm-hmm. But we don't look at it like that, bro. Like, instead of just, hey, let me make as many allies as I can, because all of us like have our turn. This is what people don't understand, especially in like the entertainment industry and shit like this. Everybody got a turn. You may be grinding your ass off or whatever for years and not getting no traction. But then boom, one day this year, your shit just take off. And you him. You know what I'm saying? But that run may last a couple years, 2-3 years or something. And then you're gonna start losing steam and somebody else gonna have their turn. And somebody else gonna have their turn. But if you making enemies the whole way up, when you fall off, it's over. But when you making allies, when your shit start dwindling a little bit and these people start coming up, oh, you know what? Hey, bro, let's link, let's collab. And then boom, they done gave you some new life. They done sparked something into you. But that's because you showed them love. You didn't hate on them when they was down. But we don't look at it like that. We feel like, man, I'm gonna be on top forever. And I'm gonna do my thing and I'm gonna talk wild to people. I'm gonna disrespect people. I'm gonna disregard people. Nah, your platform too small. Nah, I don't really rock with you. I don't do this. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Thinking you're gonna be on top forever, and then when you fall and that platform you said was too small, and lapped your ass, and now you reaching out to them for a handout, and they looking at you the same way.
Yeah.
That's how that shit go. That's how it go.
So I'm with it. I mean, I get it, but it's just, similar to like Cole. You know what I'm saying? Cole been that guy. He went on a long run where he was just doing just him. He didn't want to do no features and nothing like that. It was just him. But then you saw just the impact that it makes when you start getting on other people's track, or
right.
You have somebody on your track. It's just you're able to feed other people, but then you're just able to get more exposure and just be out there, and people get a whole new sense of respect for you because you're willing to work with other people.
Yeah. But that's honestly why, like, even in the rap game, that's why a lot of them older rappers fell off and just are nowhere to be heard from. But the ones who's still around did exactly what you're talking about. The Pusha T's, the Rick Rosses, the Jay-Z's, they literally reach out to people, work with people just for the look. Like Jay-Z, it ain't an amount of money you can pay Jay-Z for a feature that's gonna make him move at this point.
Right.
He just respects what you're doing, and he just gonna bless you with a verse. You know what I'm saying? But that right there can change somebody's whole career. Drake been doing it his whole career. Drake been on top forever. He reaching out to these people, and then us. Oh, he a vulture. What? He gave this man was getting paid $2,000 a show. One Drake feature. Now he getting paid $30. That's what you call reaching out and helping people up, putting money in people's pockets, giving people opportunities. Dirk, he blessed Dirk. Dirk was rapping for a decade before that feature. He took that feature and hit the ground and kept running. Now he was one of the top dudes in the game. But now that ally is there forever now because of what you did. So that's how we got to start thinking, bro. But until we do, we're going to be in the same motherfucking spot we been in, bro. Sitting there infighting for no reason, complaining, breaking up soon as the group get hot or the podcast get hot, get to the top, start getting looks, and everybody, well, nah, I deserve this, I deserve that. Boom, pod done broke up. Rap group done broke up. Friendship done broke up. No unity. But, hopefully it could change, man. We're gonna keep it pushing. The next subject is this.
I still ain't doing no features.
After all that. I'm not available. Hell no.
You ain't doing your own shit.
You're right. Change my name to Ghost here in a second.
Damn.